What's going on, everybody? We are coming off of the weekend after Sony's PlayStation 5 reveal event, and if you're like me, it's got you feeling a type of way. It was some pretty good stuff in there. But if you're also like me, you want to know what exactly are you going to benefit out of the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox One, or excuse me, the Xbox Series X, and why you're going to buy one or the other this holiday season. Now, if you notice the title of this video, I said that specs don't sell, and we're going to get into that right now. So, now we're going to talk about why the specs don't sell. When you look at these stats, and I'm going to throw this up on the screen for you too, so you can just compare side by side the Xbox One Series X and the PlayStation 5, exactly what they're going with toe to toe in terms of GPU, the teraflops that everybody likes to throw around as the big key hot word for how strong a console is, and what kind of processors they're using, their solid state drive capacities, all these certain things that you're going to see when you go to buy these consoles, and when you're going to hear people defending why you should buy these consoles. I was just doing some soul searching as I'm looking into my first PC, and I'm learning about all these things. I'm not even going to pretend that I understand this 100% and I'm a pro at all these specifications that you can have into your systems. But when I was looking into my research for my PC, I realized that, and I'm not trying to master race PC this whole discussion, I'm just letting you know that if you really care about these stats that much, then you're pretty much just going to want to go and get a PC. You could do all the same things, if not better, on a PC and for a cheaper price, and you can use your PC for all kinds of other things besides just gaming, and you can also just mod it out however you want to. You're not limited to one whole system and having to be stuck with those capacities, with those limits all the way through its lifespan, and then having to worry about the next upgrade that comes out next year. If you want to upgrade in increments, you can upgrade in increments on your PC. But I diverge from the point. The point is that specs are meant to show the power for the developers that are going to be interested in developing their games on those platforms, knowing that the systems can handle those limits, and they're developed for people that are hardcore gamers that don't really want to step into the PC space just yet. They want everything to still be kind of simple enough to where they can just buy a console that's already prepackaged, ready to go, and you will know that you'll have that good experience. But when you look at these two consoles neck and neck like this, there isn't too much that really drives somebody like me one way or the other besides what I've had past experience with. And that's why I'm saying that specs do not sell. If you look back, and this is from hookedontech.com is where I got this information. On March 21st, 2020, the gaming sales for the Xbox One, and that's for all of its systems, was 46.6 million units. And then the PlayStation was 107.8 million units. And then guess what? The Nintendo Switch was 51.9 million units. Now you see where Xbox stands? Xbox with its Project Scorpio Series X system, that's supposed to be one of the most powerful consoles on the market, and it sits at 46.6 million units underneath the Nintendo Switch that can barely run things like Skyrim and The Outer Worlds and all these super large games at a decent enough aspect ratio and quality to be considered a console still. And you wonder why they sit like that. It's because you have to have a lot of good games to play. You have to have enough things that the system's going to offer you as the consumer to keep you going back. Now that's where Xbox is trying to fix their issues. They have had a lot of issues whenever they started off with the Xbox One and how they released it as a entertainment console, where it was more or less focused on things like Netflix and streaming and all that crap, but instead of just the actual games themselves. So they went and acquired all of these third-party developers, and now they are working on the business model for the Game Pass and how they included Xbox Gold into the Game Pass. So you have the Game Pass Ultimate, and they're releasing games that are coming out fresh on the Game Pass, and they're brand new games. They just had Red Dead Redemption come out as well on there, and that's a $60 game that you're getting for free with your $10 a month subscription. But the thing is with that as well is you are stuck in that $10 a month subscription cycle. You're going to be paying for this entire console. yes, you don't have to pay for all the games that you're getting in the background, but you are going to be paying $10 a month, $10 a month, $10 a month, or all at once. I believe it's somewhere around the range of about 140 bucks, 160 bucks for a whole year subscription of Game Pass Ultimate, which is a pretty hefty price. But when you realize how much you're getting out of it, it brings you into Xbox, and I think that's where they're really going to catch their stride. They're trying to develop the Xbox Project X Cloud, where you're going to be able to play on your phone and play on your tablet, play on your computer, wherever you're at. They already have the cross-platform integration with being able to play your Microsoft games that you've purchased from the Microsoft Store on any Windows software on your computers, and then you can play them on your Xbox as well, so that way you can kind of take it wherever you go. Now they're trying to go even further with that and put it on phones and tablets with the xCloud. So you see where I'm going with this, is Xbox is trying to make up for their shortcomings with their games and their launch titles and their exclusive games with a bunch of accessibility and with these features that help you stay entertained and stay interested in all the games they have to offer, even if some of those games aren't at the highest quality. So they're going for this quantity. You have all of this in front of you. You can do whatever you want. It's like being a kid in a candy store. Now, when you look at PlayStation has a serious list of big, heavy-hitting games. Like God of War, you have Horizon Zero Dawn, and then you have Spider-Man. You have all of these great single-player games and other titles. Beyond that, these are just the ones that have won just amazing Game of the Year titles. But when you have their event, they were focused on showing some of the games that they have as their exclusives. As I said, Horizon Zero Dawn now has a sequel, Horizon Forbidden West. You have the Spider-Man Miles Morales, which completely caught everybody off guard. Let me just say that. Nobody expected that to come just yet. Spider-Man just came out, 1-2 years ago? And everybody kind of thought that this was going to be like a DLC that they're throwing onto it, but this is a whole game that they're adding in. And it's going off the Miles Morales story, and they're just the Spider-Man game already played very well. Let me stop fanboying all over this thing. Spider-Man, and then you have the game with the cat, Stray, the solar Ash, where you're playing as a cat that runs deliveries. Whatever it is, it looks interesting. And then you have the Ratchet and Clank game, which is pretty much a proof of concept of how powerful the PlayStation 5 is, where you're seamlessly going between all of these pre-generated worlds, and you're just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with no loading, and it really proves that they have these really good titles that are going to show as high quality, high definition games with very, very low loading times, and you're just going to spend more time enjoying what you're playing. But with PlayStation, you don't have as much accessibility as you do with Xbox. PlayStation has not announced whether or not you're going to have every single PlayStation 4 game backwards compatible. They said most of PlayStation 4 games are going to be backwards compatible. And then on top of that, you don't even know if your PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2 games are going to be backwards compatible. And then you don't know if the hardware itself, like old PlayStation controllers, are going to be backwards compatible. You do know that with Xbox Series X. They already announced that they're going to have all of their games moving forward with backwards compatibility with the smart delivery service. They want you to be able to buy a game one time, and then if you want to get it on your Xbox Series X coming off of an Xbox One, you will get the updated version of that game on your Series X. And then on top of that, you also have all of your devices available. Any headsets that you've had that worked on your Xbox One, all of your controllers that you've had that you worked on your Xbox One, especially the Elite Series 2 controller, that's going to work. If you're already using that right now, that's just going to carry right on over. So where do we stand when it comes to these two consoles? And it's all going to be in the price. Neither one of these consoles have released their price tags yet. All that we know right now, on June 14th, 2020, is that the consoles are speculated to be around $500 to $600. It could be as low as $450. It could be as high as $600 to $700. How well that's going to go with an average consumer base, nobody knows. I know right now, if I'm spending that much on a console, I might as well just go ahead and get a PC. The only thing that's going to let me buy those is, as I've been saying, how well these games or these consoles and these systems are going to provide entertainment for me over a long period of time. What services and what features am I going to get as a bonus on top of them being excellent gaming machines? So where we are going to be completely with this, I don't know. I just know for sure right now that once we hear those price tags, we're all going to be having a much different conversation. I can guarantee you of that. So even with all this information, what I'm trying to get out is that you probably would be better off just waiting after the initial release, unless you are just dead set on getting what you want to get. You know for sure that that's the console of your choice. You've been waiting for this since they announced it, and that they've announced the projects last year, and you just been keeping up with all the news and you want to do this, go for it. But if you're like me and you're weighing out all of your options and you're looking into the PC space as well, and you already have a good system. I have an Xbox Series X. Like I'm not far behind in the console generation. If you already have a good system, just wait it out. Let the holiday season roll past. Maybe spring next year, maybe summer of next year. Give it enough time to grow and breathe and see what these developers do with these systems, because it's all in the developers' hands right now. We are just going to be on the receiving end and seeing what all can be provided for us as the consumer, and we have the buying power. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I have on the subject today. I hope that this enlightened you at least a little bit on your future decision on which console that you want to get. If you guys like this conversation, please feel free to leave a like on the video. Let me know that you guys like this kind of work that I'm doing. I'm going to keep putting more discussions out like this. I post about it all the time on my Twitter. Follow me on my Twitter at King Cryptic. And if you want to catch me live on Twitch, hopefully I'll have the PC set up by then. But you can come by, stop and chat with me, see what you like, so we can talk about some things back and forth. And as always, my name is Cryptic, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.